go ahead and dock. First thing I'll do is real quickly flip a bunch of my cobalt. And then I'll explain what to do with these derelict items here. Like I mentioned in my first playthrough, the idea of crashing economies is to take a large quantity of a moderately valued item, preferably something that's not too difficult to obtain and something that stacks in piles of 999. What we do is we go over to the sell. If we scroll down, we could sell 359,000 cobalt for 72 million units. So what I'll do is I'll sell that off. Then go back to the buy. Buy all the supply and leave the entire market pretty much devalued for cobalt. I'm out of space. I shouldn't be. Let's see. Repair units can go in the freighter. Life support gel will, I guess, keep on our starship for now. Alright. Now we've cleaned out all the cobalt and we've dropped its overall value down to negative 80%, which is about the limit for crashing the economic value of a specific commodity. There are some that will allow you to sell for a higher price, but some of those I found you can't buy back after you sell them, versus cobalt you can do it every time. As a result, I've been the reason for massive cobalt value crashes in lots of consecutive star systems, but it's turned a decent profit. Okay. If we take the derelict items over to, this is the guild, then it'll increase our status with the race that owns specific system by, I guess, 1 level. If we sprint on over to the other side of the station where we have all the different upgrades and modules that we can buy, you see this vendor here, the scrap dealer. And talk to the scrap dealer. You can sell the captain's log and you'll get something valuable from that. In this case, a whole stack of tainted metal. But you don't get the increased standing with the races, so I usually alternate between the two. As far as what you can purchase with the tainted metal, there's a whole bunch of suspicious items you can use. You can buy repair kits. These other ones down here, just like we saw on the upgrade trees, are cosmetic items you can use to decorate things. The horrific flesh helmet is the alien head that I bought and that I'm wearing right now. That costs a decent stack. But the rest of the stuff are stickers and decals for decorating. And that's pretty much it. I'll be curious to see if, as Hello Games institutes more unique encounters and things in the game, if the amount of items that this particular NPC sells will be increased, giving more variety. But for now, that should serve our purposes. We've cleared out the captain's log and crew manifest. The only thing left now is to check out the vendors and see if they're selling any decent upgrade modules. This first one is exosuit. If we scroll down, nothing too compelling that I need right now. But each merchant rolls a different set of items, so it always pays to at least talk to them and see what's in their inventory. This vendor is the Exocraft upgrades. You can get things like Exocraft weapons, mobility, boost, all sorts of things for your vehicles, but there are no S tier ones here, so we'll keep moving. This particular person sells starship upgrades, same deal. I think I'll pick up positron upgrade and pulse engine. Just because you never know when you're gonna need to upgrade and maximize a new ship. Finally, this vendor sells multi-tool upgrades, but I'm full up on slots, so I usually don't stop here to look at anything. Yeah. If you turn over to this console right next to the vendor for the multi-tool, it'll give you some options to augment the tool that you're carrying. You can do things like install additional slots with the multi-tool expansion slot pickup. You can purchase new slots up to a certain point and then upgrade the class, which again I believe primarily affects the passive bonuses you get for using the multi-tool. So seeing how mine is full up on slots and a good mix of offensive and functional tech, I don't think there's really anything to purchase here. Before we head back to the ship, this terminal over here is the appearance modifier, and this one, which is new, is a ship-specific terminal, and I won't do anything with it, but I'll explain how it works. When you own a ship and you log into this thing, you have the ability to search for more upgrades. You have the ability to upgrade the ship itself with either inventory or upgrading its class with 50,000 nanites, which is pretty expensive. Or if you just want to collect money for it, there's one more option that you can use here at this terminal, and that's melt the ship down to scrap. If we were to do that for the Najarala Mark II, we would get 52.5 million units. I don't want to do that because that's my current go-to ship. But if you're looking for a quick way to liquidate ships that you either buy or quickly upgrade, that's the place to do. And I think that's it for the features on the station itself. As you proceed, merchants and NPCs will continue to come and go and land, and talking to these people and buying up their inventories of all the cheap necessary elements and minerals was how I built my stacks up so quickly. It's kind of a funky looking ship. Managed to make some money. We explored a derelict freighter. What I'm planning on doing for No Man's Sky, at least for now until I get a little bit more free time, I want to record these in slightly smaller chunks. Right now I'm looking at the clock and we're just about an hour and a half. I think what I want to do is stop the session here And then the next time, what I want to do is focus on some of the key quests, like the main Artemis storyline. There's an undersea one tied to the submarine vehicle, and sort of plan out what I want to cover in each session as opposed to wandering around aimlessly. The ultimate goal being getting to the center of the galaxy and sort of completing the main mode and seeing where we land. So that being said, I will call this recording session here, and we'll pick up from this point next time. I may grind a little bit more and see if I can find some more useful information. I haven't unlocked the portal system yet, which I kind of want to do. But we'll sort of condense the recording sessions, and when I sit down to play No Man's Sky, it'll be based around a plan or a series of things I want to explore. That way, it's not just a session of me running around aimlessly on a planet. We'll keep things a bit more focused this time, which should make for a better experience. So, I will see you guys in the next recording session. Hello, and welcome back to another recording session for No Man's Sky. Picking up on our adventures to become Galactic Overlord, it has been a couple weeks since I recorded the last string of episodes. I did spend some time gathering more gear. I haven't done any of the main storyline progressions, but overall, it'll be good to jump back into our quote-unquote story quests and start moving forward. I was in the process of working on the living ship questline, and I'm going to pop back into my ship here because this is an activated planet with really, really severe storms. The living ship series of quests kicks off once you acquire a void egg. And just to real quickly explain what this thing is, you buy these from the Quicksilver merchant after you've amassed enough Quicksilver from doing co-op missions and such. And once you start flying around with it, it activates and starts giving you different objectives. The main thing it makes you do is fly to certain planets with certain requirements, and you have to track down a specific site at randomly generated coordinates that the egg guides you towards. And while interesting in concept, actually flying around a planet till you get close enough to trigger the instance and to find the landmarks is kind of tedious. I've done the first one, which is why it currently says I'm waiting for the part I acquired to mature, and that takes a set amount of time. Rather than work on that, since I can't do anything until I think that piece is finished, what I'd like to do is, one, we'll keep this in our starship inventory, but we will go ahead and pick up on the actual quest to move forward. If I go to my quest log, we have a lot of secondary quests, and I think the first one I want to tackle, which hopefully shouldn't take too long, is Dreams of the Deep. This, I believe, was the quest line we were on when we were playing our original save way back in the first Let's Play, but we should have what we need to continue with that one, and I can explain the water exocraft mechanics as well. What we'll do is we'll go into space, get up into the star map, and figure out where that quest objective is located. I haven't strayed outside the main cluster of systems I explored, as I was sort of working through some stuff. But what we'll do is we'll port over to this system. The icon for the quest marker means our objective is here. And this should be a system I've visited previously. And if there's a space station here, I'm going to offload a bunch of stuff that I'm carrying around. Okay, good. Before we head over to the objective on world, I'm going to fly over the space station and empty out my inventory. I'm not currently carrying a boatload of cobalt. What I could do is I'll land here and I'll sort of explain.